Hi, I'm Mayor Greg Fisher. Are you ready to check out some great local live music right here in historic Metro Hall? Let's go! Good afternoon, everybody. Ready for some live music here today? Yeah! All right. Well, happy Labor Day weekend coming up. I'm Greg Fisher. I have the honor of being the mayor of this great city here, and welcome to our monthly music series. We have this on the first Thursday of every month, starting at noon. All local talent all the time. We're about 3 years into this now, and have just had tremendous shows every time with a great lineup here for the next year or so. So please make this part of your routine, if you would, and you'll be entertained in this beautiful room with wonderful acoustics. Couple notes. World Fest is starting tomorrow. It goes through Monday. I think that is the region's best global world music festival anywhere. So there's a lot of good music out there, so please be sure to check that out, and then you'll also see the globalization of our city, how it's coming together in such a beautiful way. And then last week, we kicked off a great new public art exhibit on what's going to be the future home of Waterfront Park Phase 4. So it started like 8th, right on the water's edge, and it goes to 10th. And new Waterfront Park Phase 4 will go from 8th all the way to 15th eventually when that's all completed. So we're excited about that. So if you want to see how a great example of how public art can kind of change the vibe of an area and turn it into a gathering place for discussion and community, that's what you'll see take place over there. So go check that out here in the next couple of days as well. But we are here to listen to some music, and I think what's going to be a tremendous display of local talent. Our guest will come up, play 3 songs. I'll come up, do just a little bit of interview with them after that so you'll get a better feel for going on, and then there's some special treats after that. All right, so please put your hands together and welcome Bonnie, Prince, Billy, and Bonnie United.
When it's time from work to go, and in my boat I row across the muddy Ohio. When the evening light is falling and I look towards Floyd's Knobs, where the afterglow glow, and I dream on 2 bright eyes with a merry mouth below. She's my beauteous Katerina, she's my joy and sorrow too, though I know she is untrue. Oh, but I cannot live without a boat in tow, and I would give the world to know if she means to let me go, as I sing the whole day through. has more beauty, I declare, oh, than all of the tresses there. From Smoketown to Oldham County, be they black, red, gold, or brown, let 'em hang to lengths below. They mean not as much to me as a melting flake of snow, and her dance is like the gleam of the sunlight on the stream, and the screeching blue jays seem to form her name when screaming. But my heart is full of woe, for last night she made me go, and the tears begin to flow as I sing the whole day through. Thank you all very much. It's a great pleasure and honor to be here. It's such a beautiful room with great sound in here, so it's nice to get to play music in the middle of the day in a beautiful room. That song was called the Ohio River Boat Song, and it's adapted from a traditional Scottish song called the Loch Tay Boat Song, which is about a beautiful part of Scotland around Aberfeldy and Glen Lyon, but had to be, sung about a place that's more beautiful and more dear to our hearts, so it's the Ohio River Boat Song now. Here's Quail and Dumplings. Holes in our ceiling, we've got holes in our roof. Hoping we've got it made has gone in a poof. When's it gonna be? Turn in the tide. Well, when we're gonna see we've got God on our side. Quail and dumplings now to the end. God and her minions is our bosom friends. Well, we've got empty tummies, but it won't always be. No, one day it's gonna be quail and dumplings for we. Well, too big our slippers and too small our bed. Too bent our bosom and too broke our head. Well, yeah, we must hit the bottom in order to rise. Find peace in a hovel to find home in the sky. Oh, quail and dumplings now to the end. God and her minions is our bosom friends. Well, we've got empty tummies, but it won't always be. No, one day it's gonna be quail and dumplings for we. weather ain't judgment, money ain't love. The crimes of a criminal have not been dealt from above. So I will hold your hand and will say it's enough to have satisfied minds and clean hearts and clean tongues. Quail dumplings now to the end. God and her minions is our bosom friends. Well, we got empty tummies, but it won't always be. No, one day it's gonna be quail and dumplings for you. Quail and dumplings now to the end. God and her minions is our bosom friends. Well, we got empty tummies, but it won't always be. No, one day it's gonna be quail and dumplings for we. This one day it's gonna be quail and dumplings for we. Oh, one day it's gonna be quail and dumplings for we. Did I ever love you? Did I ever love you? So, yeah, we're doing these three songs, the five of us, and then we'll have special friends come up and sing and play with us, play and sing with us, actually. This is the one sort of cover song that we'll do in this set today. It's written by a great hero, and it's on his most recent record. It's written, and he played here at the Palace last year. I think it was last year. So this is a very recent song by the great Leonard Cohen. Did I ever love you? Did I ever need you? Did I ever fight you? Did I ever want to? Did I ever leave you? Was I ever able? Or are we still leaning across the old table? Did I ever love you? Did I ever need you? Did I ever find you? Did I ever want to? Did I ever leave you? Was I ever able? And are we still leaning across the old table? Was it ever settled? Was it ever over? And is it still raining? Back in November, the lemon trees blossom, the almond trees wither, Was I ever someone who could love you forever? Was it ever settled? Was it ever over? And this is bleeding back in November. The lemon trees blossom, the almond trees wither. It's spring and it's summer, and it's winter forever. Did I ever love you? Does it really matter? Did I ever fight you? You don't need to answer. Did I ever leave you? Was I ever able? Or are we still leaning across the old table? Oh, did I ever love you? Did I ever leave you? Did I ever find you? Did I ever want to? Did I ever leave you? Was I ever able? Or are we still leaning across the old table? Did I ever love you? Did I ever need you? Did I ever find you? Did I ever want to?
All right. Finally, Prince Billy. What inspired you to play this room anyway?
What was it? I said what it was. What was the first thing? My mind is a blank.
Well, first off, everybody should know these great local musicians volunteer to play this room. Okay, and I think weren't we listening to a show in here sometime?
Yeah. Well, it was probably the Give a Day, yeah, the Give a Day evening, the first annual. You said that was going to be the first annual, and Drew's band, the Darkestra, which is now the Karaoke Club. They were playing here that night, and it just sounded so beautiful and such a great environment for music, because it's got history as well, and it's rare that we realize that as Louisville citizens, we can walk into a fancy, clean place with good sound and not get thrown out. For free.
Well, and then he walked up and said, "Do you think I could play this room sometime?" And I said, "We'll find a day." Yeah, no, we appreciate it. So who you got up here with you?
Well, we've got Danny Kiley right here. And Van Campbell right here. Chris Rodehofer and Drew Miller. Also, like when you were sitting here and they were showing scenes from previous performances here, I know Rhodey was up here, up there, and Cheyenne, who's coming up later, and everybody's, like all this weekend, everybody's playing music all weekend somewhere or another. So it's a really good, and as you mentioned, World Fest. We were going to try to go see this Ethiopian wedding band on Friday night at 8:30 at World Fest, which should be great. Yeah.
All right, well, it sounds good. I know you're very low-key. Any commercial interests of yours you want to pump right now, or we just kind of figure out what's going on?
Well, I would say go to the English Conversation Club at the Iroquois Library on Saturdays, but they're taking a break for whatever this September. That's September. But there are other English conversation clubs in town at the main library, and I think at maybe Bon Air. But come back to Iroquois. Yeah, that's the commercial interest. How about that?
No, fantastic. And that is a wonderful way. If anybody's wanting to know how to help the city and help our growing immigrant population here, I mean, we are intentionally trying to make Louisville a more global city. That's a wonderful way you step up on Saturdays to do that. We appreciate that very much.
Claim intentional, because if you don't, it's just going to happen accidentally.
That too. With that, let's hear some more music. All right.
So, we also have a special guest. This is very exciting. We're going to bring Teddy Abrams, who you may know from the Louisville Orchestra, who has been a super, super amazing and fun presence here in the city musically. I think it was about a year ago, Cycluvia on West Broadway. Teddy came out and played in multiple locations, which was really, but just in general, you see his face all over the city, and it's all music and it's all exciting, so we're honored to have him here. He's a blast to hang out with and a blast to play music with, as you'll see. This song called Intentional Injury was made for a TV show, but it's going to be better right now. In time, you find your way to release, and then it goes away again. What had been the highest force against you becomes your only friend. You can't help but laugh, and then I own your soul, a shadow unwanted by any on earth. Most of us rejoice at your awful crying. We live to force you to regret your own birth. Sky falls, ground is gone. Our Lord is uplifting. Your word is dissolved. The balance of love is shifting. No way to lose. There is no way to lose. Can't lose your way when there is no way. We'll reify what had been your home, and all of your powers become ours today. Sky falls, ground is gone. Our Lord is uplifting. Your word is dissolved. The balance of love is shifting. Songs can come from strange places. So that one came. It was, there's this TV show, and they said, said let's go dark. So I tried to go dark by trying to sing from the voice of somebody in power who is consciously avoiding responsibility for any morality whatsoever, which of course happens very often. This one is called "For Every Field There's a Mole," and it was because the Canadian whiskey is called Royal Crown. They were looking for a jingle about 8 years ago or so, and so I tried to give them this jingle, but it didn't work. So we stretched it out, and here it is. For every man who will last, there's nothing he can't get past. There's no obstacle he cannot erase. For every king there is a crown, and every time I look around, I am the king of infinite space. For every field there's a mole with the soil that he stole, and the sightlessness that lets him go free. For every drought there is a rain. Oh, and when my earth is in pain, I watch it boil. Oh, so tearfully. There's a time to sing these things, and a time to have them sung, a time to bring the tune, and a time to have it rung. There's a laugh for a resting head, there's the only nesting bed, there's the souls to cry among for the things that don't get sung. To stifle that crying choke. Got anything coming up at the orchestra you want to tell anybody about?
Oh boy.
That's your mic.
I can do this, right?
Yeah.
It's wireless.
It's wireless. You can pull it out.
Oh. I don't know how to do that.
There you go.
Well, first of all, I have to say just
Don't
thank
straighten
you.
that collarbone.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. Really, it's such an incredible pleasure to play with these extraordinary musicians. Yeah. I mean it. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this for a long time, and this is just an indication of how rich and talented and brilliant the music scene is here. And I'm so happy that the orchestra can, and as a representative of the orchestra, can work with musicians, I think, of all genres, all backgrounds, all styles, and that's what an orchestra is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a place or an organization or a center that fits things together. And so I always love doing this. But one thing, there are actually two things that are coming up, and one of them is with Will, actually. We're writing a piece called the Louisville Concerto, which features 4 different musicians, all from Louisville, all great musicians in different genres. and we're all stringing it together in a concerto that would be like a modern version of something you would have found in Beethoven or Mozart's time. But in this case, it's going to be whatever, I guess, what genre would this be? Cool. It's just a great cool genre. We'll call it cool genre. And maybe some hip hop and some percussion folk. I don't know. It's going to be really awesome. And that's going to be in October. And then also September, we've got the Bernstein Mass coming up, which is the biggest production the orchestra's ever undertaken. So if you want to see some big giant theatrical piece, something that really stretches all our limits, please do come to that. And that's also a big Louisville piece. Tons of people from here, musicians from here all working together. So,
And also, aren't you doing that Mahler B thing tomorrow?
Oh, Will thinks we're doing Mahler 8th Symphony tomorrow. There are like 10 people know what that 10 people saw Mozart in the Jungle.
Yeah, that was the plumber joke, actually.
Yes, exactly. Oh, I'll put it back.
All right, put it in.
That's it. No more talking.
All right, ease. We're easing down.
Well, I took her on a simple trip to see her husband's family. Oh, and on the way upon her hip was laid my head down gently. All due respect was meant at all. The winds were in agreement that this was answering the call of awkward and true feeling. Well, a fireman her husband was, and so to give him duty, I duly tried to light a fire upon his rightful booty. But beauty was my treasure then, as through the hills I drove her, and taught her that another man could have made love to her. Oh, well, strange is good when it is kept. It's secret with the lovers who love their mates and love themselves, but still need the love of others. Oh, through the window I can see the fields and clouds all passing, as in the passenger position, sweet Eleanor was refreshing. Well, I stopped the car, we got ahead here, and then he's down the road. Well, I could some girl smooth, oh, and attitude on, please applaud Betty Avery. Now I'd like to ask a very special guest, because she's been a great collaborator for a long time, years now, and also she was the first, I believe, the first official guest of the Mayor's Music Series here. This is Giant Minds. was bound to happen from when you first knew you and pulled apart with will from those around you. If you love wind or morning or night, if you are kind, get lit up by light, well, you're bound to be put down at any cost. If you listen to me, you are lost. You are lost as I am singing. You are lost inside the sound. If you can get away from these words ringing, maybe you can be found. If your heart tells you you love and you listen, and you know a purpose holds you in your place, well, I only ask you to close your eyes that you won't see me, and then light will shine fully on your Miss Shani, what do you have coming up these next few days musically? You got something?
Yeah, I'm also playing at World Fest, but with a band called Oot Greet.
Woo!
And yeah, I don't get to.
When is that?
On Sunday, 3:45.
All right. And what else? Anything else this weekend?
We're playing out of town on Saturday.
Oh, where is that?
It's at Prague Day in North Carolina.
All right. Well,
Very exciting.
should be good. I can't get the sand out of my shoes. Oh, being in Florida's done a number on my blues.
just the way the women walk round here. It's plain to see the way the sand and sea have done a number on me. And the sky is threatening black and gray, and the sun's a festering red, and her head is claiming her stats. She ain't yet risen from bed. So breakfast again, delayed, postponed, I won't be fair. Well, the surf has swallowed him up, he's a memory now, and the water is warmer than it has been in weeks. And the grandma lives just down the road, she's making supper for me tonight. She's been nice to me since 73, when her son lost his life. Yes, and now his ghost is a rising host above the briny blur. Well, I would that soon someday would swoon and his soul would capture her. He's still thanking with all he did. He's a fan of mine. Oh, I wasn't planning to spend so long in town, but the break in the weather has got the partner down. She won't get out, she's shotgun, seems she's home to the seat. It's a dirty trick that I've yet to lick. Oh, and she's yet to be. But you could see her eyes. She was born unwise. She was born for me. If she mourns too long, I'll know something's wrong, and I'll leave her be. You could see by his shoes he was born to lose. He was also born for me. Well, when the numbers get so high of the dead flying through the sky, oh, I don't know why love comes to me, love comes to me. And when your mouth is laying open, your head is knocked back, and you don't cope, and you are out of rings and flowers Love comes to me. Love comes to me. Love comes to me. Love comes and oh, it's my hand, my heart, my lips, and that is all. Hits your forehead and intrusive mice that come and they chew up your bed, and you call on God and find that God is dead. Well, love comes to you. Oh, love comes to you. My sugar, won't you be my only? I'm a hard-hearted honey pie, hungry shepherd, and I'm longing to be born for you. That's her. Love comes to you. Love comes and all. It's your hand, it's your heart, it's your love, and that is all. And in the nighttime, when you feel me, oh, in the backs of your knees, they conceal me, and your eyeballs, how they unreel me. Love comes to me. Love comes to me. So thank you all. Thanks, Mayor Fisher, Drew Miller, Rhodey Rodehofer, Cheyenne Mize, Ben Campbell, Bonnie Billy, Danny Kiley, Teddy Abrams earlier. Thanks very, very, very much.
Bonnie Prince Billy and Bonnie United. Teddy Abrams, Cheyenne Mize. Thank you guys so much for coming out and playing. See you in World Fest. I hope you enjoyed our great local live music, and I look forward to seeing you next time.